over the years, I've found training twice a day to be really helpful and really positive experience for me, particularly partly as I used to commute, so I could go to and from work, and that gave a structure to my day and a structure to my training. A lot of you are probably planning for next year, you know, what you're going to be doing next year. Are you going to be trying to increase the training volume? Are you going to try and introduce some different modalities of training, so a few more interval training sessions, or a bit more recovery, a different recovery strategy, or some strength work? And twice a day can also facilitate that, because you can do a base level training session early in the day, establish a good habit, good routine. So you might do, if you're a runner, you might do 30 to 40 minutes first thing in the morning. If you're a cyclist, you might do 40 or 30 to 60 minutes first thing in the morning. So you do 45 minutes 5 times a week or 4 times a week. That's your 3 hours of training you've got in. And you know, it's not actually that difficult. You've sort of just done it by getting up a little bit earlier, getting on the trainer or getting out and doing, you know, this quick training session and getting back and getting on your normal way to work or whatever you have to do for the day. And actually what I find is that short session early in the day is really motivating and makes me want to do more. I don't know if it works that way for you, please let us know. And your second session of the day can be your interval session, and you can make it fairly short because you know you've got a fairly good endurance volume just building up over these morning sessions. Similarly, you could do a strength session because you know that you're doing enough of your main sport, so that you can focus on that, and it doesn't have to be long, it just needs to be a short session to deal with the specific needs that you have. But of course there's always a catch. 2 sessions a day take longer because you've got to get changed twice, you might have to get showered twice, you've got to sort of psych yourself up twice and recover twice and whatever else. But if you can fit it into your routine, it actually can be a bit easier. Like I said, if you're commuting, then you've got to travel to and from work. So if you can fit your training into your commute, then you're actually probably saving time. You're cutting your recovery time in half potentially. I realise the sessions are shorter, but it's still half the time before your next session. So you have to bear that in mind. And what I've found is it takes a couple of weeks to get used to training twice a day. You feel pretty tired actually. I felt awful sometimes when I started back into doing 2 sessions a day, but it seems to get better after a couple of weeks into a steady routine. And also sometimes a longer session can be more effective. So don't just do 2 short sessions a day every day or 5 days a week and then either rest the other days or just do another short session. Make sure you still include your long training session, your long training ride or your long run. And if you can do 2 long runs or 2 long rides a week, then that works really well. So don't neglect the long stuff because it's not just overall volume, particularly if you're doing ultra distance events. The actual duration or length of your long training session is really important, so don't lose that. So what I've found to work best is making a habit, 2 sessions a day. If it fits into your commute, perfect. If you can just get up, get something done, and then fit something else in later in the day, then that's a perfect routine, good habit, fit it in with other good habits like hydration, nutrition, recovery and all those other good things. Try and make the first session of the day a no-brainer. In fact, try and make them all no-brainers. What I mean is you don't have to think about them. So you just get up, get your kit on, get out and do your training. If you can do it fasted without having to worry about having your breakfast, then you've not got any break points, you're just doing it without having to think about it. And that, I think, is the best way to do it, to just get it done, particularly if you're not a full-time athlete, you've got to squeeze it into your day. Similarly, the second session, if you're not doing it in your commute, as soon as you get home from work, get it done, or whatever works for you. Just fit it around something that works for you and try and do something nice afterwards so that you're associating it with some good feelings, like the morning one, you might have your breakfast afterwards or a cup of coffee afterwards, so you get to relax and feel the good things about having worked and done what you needed to do. But with habits, there is some risk, so don't make it such a strong habit that you don't think about it and check in with yourself and think, oh, actually, I might be better having a lie-in today and a bit more recovery. Sometimes you're better having a day off and a bit more sleep than doing that extra training session. Anyway, I hope that helps. Please let me know, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.